I just got this email from The Athletic, and I want to get your take on it. There's a story about Joel Embiid, and apparently he eats his steaks and his wings, quote, burnt. So former Sixers forward Amir Johnson says this about Joel Embiid. He orders his steaks, quote, extra, 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 extra well done. That sounds absolutely disgusting to me. I don't trust man, woman, child, anyone who orders a steak that well done. What's the point of getting a steak if you're going to get it well done? You might as well order cube steak or something.
That's the thing. It's like throwing your money down the toilet. You might as well go to Texas Roadhouse or whatever chain restaurant and get a steak there. Because can you imagine? I'm sure Joel Embiid has been to nice steak restaurants.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he's ever tried steak cooked at the appropriate, temperature or, medium rare is how you're supposed to eat nice steaks. And I didn't even know that you could specify how wings were cooked. Like, does he go to a place and say, hey, can you burn my wings? Because they normally don't ask you, right?
Yeah. The guy at Wingstop's going to be like, sir, this is a Wingstop. You'll just get them the way we serve them to you. You don't get to, you can choose a sauce. That's what you get to do. But you don't get to tell us how to cook these things. We cook them en masse. That's really, I guess if you go to a nice enough restaurant and they have wings and you're Joel Embiid, you probably get them however you want them. That sounds terrible to me.
Yeah, that's not my MVP.
No, not my MVP. I bet Nikola Jokic eats his steak raw, like barely even cooked. He probably just flops it on one side, turns it over, and he's ready to go the Serbian way.
Yeah, and then Giannis goes to Chick-fil-A and orders a 50-piece nuggets. Exactly something that I would eat because Chick-fil-A is delicious on every day of the week, but Sunday.
That's exactly right. You turn to your right at a nice steak restaurant. You say, where's Giannis? And they say, he got up and he went to Chick-fil-A. Yeah, he's a Chick-fil-A. He's not eating a steak here. This is a Daily Tip from BetQL presented by BetMGM. She's Chelsea Messenger. I'm Michael Jenkins. Coming up next, it is BetQL Daily. Joes and Aaron will discuss the drama at the end of the national championship game. And if you missed our preview of baseball win totals with the season just 2 days away, download and subscribe to the Daily Tip wherever you get your podcasts. All of a sudden, I want maybe steak and eggs. Maybe I'll treat myself this morning. I don't know, but you got me thinking about it, Chelsea. Before we get to that, let's do it and find out who we have the most faith in today.
Today's best bets.
Chelsea, last night, a perfect night for the crew, and we needed it. We nailed the national championship game. We were both on North Carolina, plus 4.5. Now, that was my lean. That was your best bet. My best bet was a hockey game that was a push. And you, once again, showing the guts on this show, jumping right into the alligator pit that is NBA betting. And you're going to go for it and give us another winner. So what do you got?
Yeah, my reward for winning the biggest game of the season in college basketball is getting to dive right back in to the NBA in the final week of the season. So it is a little treacherous, but there is one team that I do like to cover today. It is the Milwaukee Bucks against the Bulls laying 4.5, just because Milwaukee has been traditionally very good against the Chicago Bulls. The Bucks 9-1 over their last 10 games against Chicago and 3-0 in their last 3, going 2-1 against the spread in the last 3 meetings. Last time out, the Bucks down the Bulls 126-98. Chicago, I will say, has been pretty good at home, but like I said, not great against good teams. Bulls 1-12 straight up against the 4 top teams in the Eastern Conference, going 3-10 against the spread during that stretch, and terrible as underdogs this season. 7-24 straight up when getting points this season. So I know this is a 4.5 point spread, but I do like the Bucks to cover this number, especially because they need to get back on track. They've had a couple of outright losses in those last 2 games to Dallas, to the Clippers. So I think this is a Bucks team that needs to right the ship. And traditionally, they've been very good against the Bulls. So I'll take the Bucks laying 4.5 tonight on the road at Chicago.
I like that bet quite a bit. If I were not betting hockey, I would definitely bet that because the Bulls are just so bad against top-tier teams. Here's another team that is awful, and it's on the ice. Of course, I'm talking about the Detroit Red Wings, who are in an absolute free fall. They've lost 6 straight games, 13 of their last 15, Chelsea. They've allowed more than 5 goals per game during this losing skid, more than 5. And overall, they're the worst team in the league when it comes to allowing goals. Their defense is awful. They allow 3.9 per game. That is the worst mark in the league. Plus, it looks like Jeremy Swayman will be back in net for Boston. What a surprise he has been this year, going 20-9 with a goals against average of 2.23. The Bees could be a little bit tired. That's the only thing that concerns me because they're on the back end of a back-to-back. But when you're playing the Red Wings, that's the team you want to face when you're tired. Oh, by the way, Boston in the middle of a very tight playoff race. They've won 3 straight. Give me Boston in regulation. It opened at minus 125. It's already been bet up to minus 135. I still think the juice is worth the squeeze here. Boston wins in 3 periods, and we cash our 5th straight hockey pick.
All right, Jenks. So we have something on this show that not every other gambling show has. We have a very trusted source, and that's our Magic 8 Ball, our toy 8 Ball that we got from the toy store that we're going to ask to see if he likes our bets today. So starting with mine, Magic 8 Ball, do we like the Bucks laying 4.5 today? I'm going to shake you up, see what you got to say. Ask again later. All right. We'll ask again now because this is a live show. Answer is, as I see it, yes.
Ooh. Now, let me just say for the record, wasn't the 8 Ball on both of our sides? Didn't he support both of us?
Last night, yes.
Oh, okay, good. Well, let's make it 2 straight days in a row, 8 Ball.
All right, 8 Ball. Do we like the Bruins on the 3-way money line? Is Jinx being greedy? Answer is, don't count on it.
Of course. Classic 8 Ball. Sets you up just to knock you down. You know what the 8 Ball is? The 8 Ball is the kind of thing, the kind of entity that'll be nice to your face, turn around, and start talking smack about you. Say really nice things, and then turn around and kick you right in the groin. That's what I feel like when I talk to the 8 Ball. How long do you think the 8 Ball will last before we get a new one? That thing's been roughed up. It's traveled with you. Are you taking it this weekend to Hilton Head for fun?
Not for fun. I don't normally take 8 balls to weddings. You know, that's usually frowned upon when you ask the fate of the married couple.
I love it.
Marriage is going to last. But Jinx, I think we have some time. So I have a really important question that I would like to ask the 8 Ball because the big question in Augusta is Tiger Woods going to play in the Masters? Oh. So let's ask our trusted source.
Let's go.
8 Ball, is Tiger Woods going to play in the Masters? The answer is, don't count on it.
Whoa. What a negative. Well, I will say, that guy's always been a Phil Mickelson fan, okay? Phil Mickelson's not playing in the Masters, and he's had a rivalry with Tiger, so let's just take that into consideration. That's all I'm saying, Chelsea.
I'm going to ask one more time because I don't believe the 8 Ball. So
Chelsea, you can't ask twice. You can't break the rules and be like, I didn't get the answer I want. I'm going to shake it again.
I'm asking a different question, though. I'm going to ask if Tiger Woods does, in fact, play, is he going to win the Masters?
But he's not playing.
Do we believe the 8 Ball?
All right. Ask your question.
All right. One more question for the road. 8 Ball, is Tiger Woods going to win the Masters? Shake you up. Answer is most likely.
Okay. You want to play both sides of the coin there, 8 Ball? Go right ahead. You're headed directly for replacement. First, he says he's not going to play. Oh, but if he does play, he'll win. Sure. Okay, big guy. You deserve to be put on the floor, kicked to the kitchen, whatever Chelsea does with you in the the hours that the show isn't on the air. Hey, if you want to see the Magic 8 Ball, you can. We're on Twitch. Just go to twitch.tv/BetQL. You can chat with us as well. I just jumped into the chat too late. Sorry about that, guys. That's twitch.tv/BetQL. Let's do your BetQL 5-star best bet and check in with the Dongster. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. For insight, analysis, historical trends, and more 5-star best bets, download the BetQL app. A couple of people have asked me, Jinx, do you miss the Donkster? You've been working from home. Do you miss that inflatable donkey sitting next to you in the studio? No, I don't. Zero hesitation in my voice. I don't like being around the aura of a loser. Now, the Donkster won last night. Full credit. Let's see what he has in store for us tonight. Wait a second. Let me listen very closely. Is my son calling for his father? Huh? Oh, there he is. You dumb donkey. I missed you too. That's all right. You can lose a few bets. Your dad's still here for you. Somebody's got to kick you around and teach you a lesson. What? Oh my God, this guy. Chelsea, listen to these bets. You might have to give him an awe because he's going to need some support after this. Lakers plus 11.5 at the Suns. Barf. My God, you're taking the Lakers? Okay, here's another blockbuster from the Donkster. Plus 11.5 at the Wolves. You're rolling with the Wizards? Just very quickly as a reminder, Washington is the 5th worst covering team in the NBA. The Lakers are the 4th worst covering team in the NBA. And then, of course, getting back to his roots, laying 220 on the money line, minus 220. That's right. That's how you got your name. You're a dumb donkster. You're a chalk donkey. You're laying 220, minus 220. Jazz hosting the Grizz. Do you like any of those bets, Chelsea?
No. And chalk donkey, gonna chalk donkey. Minus 220? What are we doing? Don't ever lay that kind of juice in the final week of the NBA season. Are you kidding me, donkey?
Hold on. The donkey wants to say one more thing about the BetQL model. What are you saying, Doctor? This is your last chance. What is it? Huh? What? You're quiet now? That's right. You should be quiet. Show your father some respect. Sometimes when I ask you for your opinion, I don't want your opinion. I want you to sit there with a dumb smile on your face. He says there's value on the Jazz. Give me a break.